Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of Jeep Thoughts. Today we're going to be talking about romance. I already did a TikTok about this a little bit ago, but I want to do a little bit more in-depth talk. The first thing that we have to address is the fact that Hollywood seems to think that romance is when you either treat a woman like shit or completely ignore her until the last 10 minutes of the movie, and then you run after her to catch up with her at the gate as she's boarding the plane and profess your love to her while the rest of the audience slow claps. I have so many issues with that, but the least of not the least of which are the fact that, dude, you spent the entire movie basically driving her onto that plane. And just once in one of those films, I wanted to see the woman go, nah, you know what, bro, we're done. I'm out. And then she gets on the plane. Seriously, I legit wanted to see that happen in a movie. That would be such a great trope reversal. Oh, I would die laughing. But I have decided to write a couple of romance plots. One is an actual rom-com, so of course the rom is part of it. And the other one just has a romance subplot, which is fine. My biggest issue with romance subplots is that a lot of them do seem to be shoehorned in. I don't know, like it wasn't the intention for the two main characters to hook up, but some studio exec said, nah, you know what we need here? These are two hot people. We need to get them hooked up. Oh, okay, I guess. What I'm saying is not every film has to have a romance subplot. Even if your male and female lead are hot, you can still leave that out. They don't have to hook up. They could just, end the movie being respectful colleagues or even close friends. That works too. But hopefully my romance subplot will not seem shoehorned in, but it is integral to the story. It's a subplot that becomes the main plot. It's weird. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but one of the things that I think is very important, especially nowadays, if you're writing a romance plot or subplot, is you need to write it in a manner that is non-toxic. And unfortunately, there is a whole lot of toxicity in these rom-coms and romances. And I think the best way to illustrate it is to ask yourself, would this plot or subplot happen if two people simply had a conversation? Like if they had talked about, hey, this is what's going on with me. Of course you're trying to get back in. This is what's going on with me. What's going on with you? And then the two characters have a conversation, and then the conflict is immediately resolved. Now, if you're doing that, if you're creating a conflict like that, specifically so they can then have a conversation and go, oh, so this conflict isn't what we thought it was. Great, do that. That's awesome. Again, great trope subversion. Love it. Love to see it. I am doing it in a manner where they actually do have the conversation, and as a result, the conflict does not come from the romance. It comes from the rest of the plot. It comes from the external forces, the antagonist. It comes from the antagonist. And I think to me, that is a better plot through line than trying to create an artificial conflict with the romance subplot. I don't know, maybe give it a try, and let's put that kind of stuff out into the universe and see what happens. Maybe they'll teach some people what a non-toxic romantic relationship should look like. What the hell, let's give it a try, right? See what happens. Anyway, that is my talk on romance. I hope y'all enjoy that. Hit the like and subscribe button and give me money. No, I'm kidding. If you like what you see here, do that stuff. Do the button pushing thing. I'll appreciate it. Bye. Oh, almost forgot. Y'all carry on smartly.